Hello everyone, welcome you all onto the SVP online classes study channel. We discussed about the Faraday's laws and electrolysis in the previous section of the chapter. Now we are moving towards the batteries or the cells that we use in our general life. So our today's topic is batteries. We know that the batteries are the devices which convert in energy from one form to another form, right? Or batteries are considered to form by the combination of electrochemical cells, right? In the initial section of this chapter we discussed about the electrochemical cells, and electrochemical cells are those cells which convert electrical energy into the chemical energy, or vice versa. It means the cells which convert electrical energy into the chemical energy and which convert chemical energy into the electrical energy, those cells are called electrochemical cells. So batteries are considered to form by the combination of cells, right? So batteries can be considered as what? Combination of cells, right? Those cells are what? Those cells are electrochemical cells, right? So whenever two or more than two cells are combined together, then that device is called battery, and that battery is responsible to convert one form of energy into the another form, right? So batteries can be classified on the basis of batteries can be classified on the basis of conversion of energy, right? And on the basis of conversion of energy, these batteries are classified into the three main types, right? And those three main types are what? First one is the primary battery, another one is primary battery, second one is secondary battery, right? And third type of battery is what? Fuel cells, right? Fuel cells are actually batteries, but we are considering that those as cells, or we tell them fuel cells, right? So on the basis of conversion of energy, all the batteries are classified into the three main types, and those three main types are primary batteries, secondary batteries, and fuel cells. Primary batteries are those batteries in which chemical energy is converted into the electrical energy. So the batteries which are responsible to convert the chemical energy into the electrical energy, those batteries are called primary batteries. These are the simplest type of batteries that we have, right? So the batteries which convert chemical energy stored into the chemicals into electrical energy, those kind of batteries are called primary batteries. For example, dry cells that we use in clocks, that and the transistors, right? Those are non-rechargeable cells. It means those are responsible to convert only the chemical energy into the electrical energy. So such kind of cells or such kind of batteries are called primary batteries, right? Secondary batteries are those batteries which can convert chemical energy into the electrical energy, as well as electrical energy is converted into the chemical energy. It means these are the chargeable batteries. These are the chargeable batteries, means which are responsible to convert both the chemical energy into the electrical energy, as well as the electrical energy is converted into the chemical energy, right? Such kind of batteries are called secondary batteries. Okay, so whenever chemical energy is converted into the electrical energy, then these can be considered as galvanic cells, and whenever electrical energy is converted into the chemical energy, that is can be considered as electrolytic cells. Or whenever chemical energy is converting into the electrical energy, at that time the discharging case is there, or when electrical energy is converted into the chemical energy, at that time we can say that the battery is in the charging situation, right? So batteries can be charged or discharged, right? Or there are number of charging and discharging cycles present in the secondary batteries. We have number of examples of those batteries, like the inverter batteries that we are using are in our homes, okay? Or all those batteries which are used in the automobiles, those are called secondary batteries. So primary batteries convert only chemical energy into the electrical energy, while secondary batteries convert both chemical energy into the electrical energy and electrical energy into the chemical energy. The third type of batteries are fuel cells, right? Third type of batteries are fuel cells, and fuel cells are those batteries which convert the energy obtained by combustion of fuels, right? We know that whenever fuels getting combusted, at that time they release energy, and fuel cells convert the energy obtained by combustion into the electrical energy, right? तो इस तरीके की बैटरीज जो कि कंबशन के बाद कंबशन ऑफ फ्यूल्स को डायरेक्टली किस में कन्वर्ट करती है, इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी में करती है। दोज आर कॉल्ड फ्यूल सेल्स, दोज आर कॉल्ड फ्यूल सेल्स, राइट। फ्यूल सेल्स जो होंगे वो क्या होते हैं, हाईली एफिशिएंट होते हैं एज कंपेरिजन टू द प्राइमरी एंड द सेकेंडरी बैटरीज। वी नो दैट द मोस्ट एफिशिएंट फ्यूल इज हाइड्रोजन, वी नो द मोस्ट एफिशिएंट फॉर फ्यूल इज hydrogen because it is having the maximum calorific value, right? And this hydrogen is used in fuel cells. You studied about the hydrogen economy in the 11th class, right? And this hydrogen will complete our future energy requirement, right? So hydrogen can be used in the fuel cells, or the combustion of hydrogen releases energy. That energy is directly converted to the electrical energy. So such kind of batteries or cells which convert the energy obtained by the combustion of fuels directly into the electrical energy, such kind of cells or batteries are called fuel cells, right? तो हमारी समझ में आया कि जो बैटरीज है वो बैटरीज कन्वर्जन ऑफ एनर्जी के बेसिस के ऊपर 3 बेसिक पार्ट्स में डिवाइड कर सकते हैं। दोज 3 बेसिक पार्ट्स आर व्हाट, प्राइमरी बैटरीज विच कन्वर्ट केमिकल एनर्जी इनटू द इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी, secondary batteries which convert chemical energy into the electrical energy, as well as electrical energy into the chemical energy, right? And third one is the fuel cells which convert energy obtained from combustion of fuels directly into the electrical energy, right? These fuel cells are highly efficient, these are highly efficient and expensive, so these are not generally used, right? These fuel cells are used in the space applications nowadays because only government can afford their cost, okay? So fuel cells are highly efficient and highly expensive, so the general use of fuel cell is not there yet, okay? So these were the classification of batteries. Let me discuss some type of batteries which are the primary batteries, right? So the first topic of ours is what, primary batteries. And the most common primary battery or the most common primary cell is what, dry cell, right? Most common primary battery is what, dry cells. This is the cell that we use in our domestic purpose, right? In our domestic purpose, in the clocks or in the transistors, we see small cells. Those cells are called dry cells, right? And those dry cells are simply given in this way, right? This outer container is formed by zinc. This zinc container is acting as anode, right? In its center portion, a paste of MnO2 and C is there, right? In the center, a paste of MnO2 and carbon is filled, in which a graphite rod is inserted, right? In which a graphite rod is inserted. That graphite rod is acting as cathode. That graphite rod is acting as cathode, and the space in between these two electrodes, this space is filled by ZnCl2 and NH4Cl. It means in the construction of ड्राई सेल के कंस्ट्रक्शन में क्या होता है, एक आउटर कंटेनर होता है जिंक का, दैट जिंक आउटर कंटेनर इज एक्टिंग एज एनोड, राइट? इन द सेंटर पोर्शन अ ग्रेफाइट रोड वाज इमर्स्ड, graphite rod is immersed in a paste of MnO2 plus carbon, right? MnO2 plus carbon, right? And the space in between the anode and cathode, this is filled by the two electrolytes. Those are ammonium chloride and the zinc chloride, right? You can see the construction of dry cells like this, right? So here this is the graphite rod. This is what, graphite rod which is acting as cathode, and this is the zinc container, right? This is the zinc container which is acting as anode, right? The graphite rod is immersed in a section in which MnO2 plus carbon is filled, right? So this is cathode and this container is anode, and in between space of these anode and cathode, this is filled by ammonium chloride and ZnCl2. You can see here that ammonium chloride and ZnCl2 is there. MnCl2 and NH4Cl and ZnCl2 are acting as electrolyte, right? So what happens here the zinc is oxidized into the Zn+2 and Mn is reduced, so a redox reaction is there. You can see from the reactions at anode what happens. At anode, zinc container is there, so this zinc container is converted into the Zn+2 and 2 electrons are released. So Zn is converting into the Zn+2, so actually the oxidation number is getting increased. So what is taking place? oxidation is taking place. But at cathode, this amin's oxidation number is what? One oxygen is having -2, so the two oxygen will have -4, right? So one manganese is having +4, and this one manganese is converting into the +3 oxidation state. It means oxidation number is getting reduced, और oxidation number जब reduce होता है तो क्या होता है? Reduction होता है. It means what is taking place here in the dry cell, both the oxidation as well as the reductions are taking place simultaneously. So a redox reaction is set up. And due to this redox reaction, an cell potential develops across the dry cell, and that cell potential's value is about 1.2 to 1.5 volt, right? That cell potential is about 1.2 to 1.5 volt. These are the common cells that we use nowadays, right? And these are non-chargeable cells. Once the chemical energy has utilized, at that time we have to throw these cells, because the reverse action is not possible here, right? So in the dry cells, what is there? A zinc container is there which is acting as anode. In the center portion, a graphite rod is immersed in MnO2 plus carbon paste, right? That is acting as cathode, and the space in between the anode and cathode is filled by two electrolytes. Those are ammonium chloride and the zinc chloride, right? And finally, the cell potential that develops across the dry cell, that is in between the range 1.2 to 1.5 volt. So only conversion of energy taking place from chemical to electrical, or in a single way the energy conversion is taking place. That's why we can say that the dry cells are the best examples of primary batteries, because primary batteries convert only chemical energy into the electrical energy, right? Okay. You have already studied about the dry cells in the previous classes, so you have an idea about the dry cell, right? Our next cell is mercury cell, and that mercury cell is what? In which a mercury amalgam is there. That mercury amalgam is acting as anode. Here it is written that the mercury amalgam is what? Amalgam is a paste of any metal. Amalgam is a paste of any metal along with the mercury, right? It means any metal plus mercury is called amalgam. Any metal plus Hg, that is called amalgam, right? So zinc is zinc along with the Hg, that is called zinc amalgam, right? So this zinc amalgam is acting as anode, right? And a paste of HgO plus C is acting as cathode, राइट तो इसमें क्या होगा? एक तो जिंक अमलगम होगा, दैट जिंक अमलगम इज एक्टिंग एज एनोड, और एक पेस्ट होगा HgO, दैट इज मर्करी ऑक्साइड प्लस कार्बन, दैट इज एक्टिंग एज कैथोड. दैट स्पेस इन बिटवीन द एनोड एंड कैथोड इज फिल्ड by a paste of KOH and ZnO, right? Potassium hydroxide and zinc oxide. A paste is filled, right? It means simply what we can consider that there is zinc amalgam, right, which is acting as anode, and HgO plus C is acting as cathode. So here it is HgO plus C. We can consider simply that this is acting as cathode, and this is what? This is ZnHg zinc amalgam, which is acting as anode, and the space in between these two, this space is filled. This space is filled by a paste of KOH plus ZnO. KOH and ZnO. So as soon as these metallic electrodes that are ZnHg is immersed into the solution of KOH and ZnO, then a potential is set up, right? Similarly, whenever cathode is immersed into the electrolytic solution, then a potential develops, right? Whenever we connect these two, at that time a potential difference is there, and that potential difference is called cell potential, right? A potential will developed whenever we connect these two electrodes, right? तो मरकरी सेल में क्या होता है? मरकरी सेल में एक जिंक अमलगम लेते हैं, दैट जिंक अमलगम इज एक्टिंग एज एनोड, राइट? एक HgO प्लस C, मरकरी ऑक्साइड प्लस कार्बन को हम लेते हैं किसकी फॉर्म में? कैथोड की फॉर्म में, और इन दोनों के बीच का जो पोर्शन है दैट इज फिल्ड बाय द इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स. द जो इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स आर पोटेशियम हाइड्रोक्साइड एंड जिंक ऑक्साइड. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू द इमर्शन, potentials are developed onto the respective electrodes, and whenever these two electrodes are connected together, at that time potential difference is there. That potential difference is called as electrode potential, or that potential difference is called as cell potential of the cell, right? So reactions taking place in the mercury cell, and what happens at the anode? At anode zinc amalgam is there, so this Zn is converted into the Zn plus 2. It means the oxidation number is increased. It means oxidation is there, or what we can say, Zn plus twice of OH negative than ZnO plus H2. This is the ionic equation only, and this is complete equation, right? So Zn plus twice of OH negative is there. Then this ZnO, if we consider, then this is what Zn is having oxidation state plus 2 and oxygen is having oxygen state minus 2. So oxidation takes place. Similarly, HgO at cathode, this HgO now having oxidation state plus 2, right? And this HgO is converted into the hydrogen, which is having the oxidation state 0. It means at cathode HgO is reduced into the hydrogen gas. HgO is reduced into the hydrogen gas, or its oxidation state is reduced, right? So reduction is there, and we can write the overall equation. That overall equation can be represented like this, right? And due to this overall equation, a cell potential develops across the two electrodes, right? That cell potential is around 1.35 volt. That is what 1.35 volt, right? So the cell potential that exists across the two electrodes of mercury cell, that cell potential is 1.35 volt, right? So cell potential is less, so it is used in the low power applications, right? Mercury cell is used in low power applications, right? And its cell potential remains same throughout its life, as it does not depends on to the concentration, right? So this is what mercury cell, right? So the two main examples are there of primary batteries, and those are mercury cell and dry cell, right? So dry cell and mercury cell we have discussed today. The next type of batteries are the secondary batteries, right? So the secondary batteries we will discuss in the next lecture, right? But before that, you should go through the primary batteries. Number of times dry cell was asked, right? In a 1 mark question, dry cell was asked, or mercury cell can also be asked, right? So you should go through the notes. You should try to understand. Even then, if you have problem, then you can contact to me or write in the comment section of the video, right? Or you can come to the personal chat to my personal number. Okay, till then, keep studying, keep learning. Stay at your home, be safe, protect your family, and enjoy the melody of life. Thank you.